What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We've been gone for quite some time now, but finally starting to get into a rhythm at home. Wife and baby are doing well, and I'm getting some time to hop back into some content creation. Now, EA has just dropped a brand new patch in time for the PGA Championship this weekend, so I thought it would be a perfect time for us to hop in and do a new video. Now, this is the first time that we've done the EA golf game over on the YouTube side. We have played a little bit over on Twitch, and today we're going to take a little bit of a dive into the simulation side of the game. Now, they've made some improvements in this last patch, so I've kind of been waiting for this before I really dove into anything sim. We have the ability now to zoom in on the greens and look around, and that is pretty much the biggest thing that I was looking for, because otherwise it is incredibly hard to read the greens. So with that, we are going to jump in with the betting favorite of the PGA Championship this weekend, Scottie Scheffler. We're going to take a look around, try and see what we can shoot with the simulation settings. Now, I did try, and also in the vein of simulation, try and replicate the conditions that we are to see on the course this weekend. I took some guesses looking at the weather. Looks like it's supposed to be some rain, a lot on Saturday and a little bit on Sunday, but fairly windy. So speeds, firmness is going to be a little bit softer and slower than maybe they would like for a major tournament, but winds are going to be up, and it should be quite the challenge. So we'll see if we can break par, and we'll go from there. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the course. All right, well, here we are at the first tee. Looks like we've got, obviously we have quite a bunch of wind, which the nice thing is, even though we can't see what the meter says, it's 10 to 15 miles an hour, so assuming that the game holds to what we set it to, it should be as simple as going with that. Now, I'm not entirely sure what the markers are for the elevation changes. I want to say that red is something like 20 plus feet downhill, and I don't believe we're going to get any information from the overhead view here. But we've got 363 down to that creek, so we should be pretty okay here. Gonna aim out over the top of the tree, try and give a nice big rip, and send it. Felt like a pretty good swing. With things being softer, we should get a nice sit down in here. And that is a beautiful, beautiful drive to start our round. Okay, lots of wind in the face. Gotta be careful here with these wedges, so I think we're probably looking at, especially into the wind, we're probably looking at a lot of knockdown shots. Now, with the way that the wind is, I still think that this is going to come up short, so we probably... Ooh, see, we're in between now. If we try and go with the 50-degree knockdown, I don't think we come up short enough, so we might still go to that 50 degree, but maybe we can finesse it. We got 10 to 15 mile an hour cross headwind. Should play quite a bit right to left. That pin is over on the front left-hand side, it seems. So gonna maybe play a little less aggressive, maybe a little bit closer towards center green. Not center green, but left center. Cross headwind. Maybe take it back just a touch, and this should stick it. I don't think we should get backspin, but I'm not 100% certain. Little bit of an overswing here. Oh, that is really bending out there to the right. Okay. Played a little bit safe. We'll get the feel for these wins here. Apparently, I could have gone a little bit stronger on it. Now, I've done just a little bit of testing just to play around with how the cameras work. And the only thing that I have noticed is that it seems like sometimes the backswing on the putts with this patch seems a little bit short. So I may end up overhitting some of them, which is not ideal, but that might just be the way that it is for the time being, and we'll have to kind of play around it now. It's saying ball is above my feet at the start here, so that's useful for getting us off on the right foot and at least knowing how this putt is going to start. Now, It seems like it does break a little bit more right to left down here, and then as we get towards the hole, back behind is kind of deceiving because I think that's where the left to right is. I don't think we really have much for right to left coming up prior to that. So let's set it outside here. We're downhill a little. I don't think it's downhill 6 inches though. Maybe somewhere out in this ballpark. Get it started right to left. As it goes down, I'm expecting it to break a little bit more right to left and then kind of straighten out. So let's see what this feels like. Yeah, because this is, so the rumble for when you hit your power is here. And this is a 31-foot putt, so something is definitely a little bit bugged with that. And so, you know, the overswings are probably going to be a thing, so maybe we just have to play for it. So if we have, say, a longer putt, maybe we just play for it slightly shorter. If it feels wrong, let's get this thing just a little bit outside. Wow, it didn't, okay. Okay, misread on the putt there. I thought there was a little bit of break. All right, 1 over. Not exactly what you want to be doing there on the putting surface, but you know what happens to the best of us. We're still getting used to. I have a lot of true sim green reading experience on the 2K games. Theoretically, it should translate over into EA as well, but that's gonna remain to be seen here. So let's get this quite outside left, because this wind is really gonna work the ball back. Oh, look at that. Perfect, perfect. Right into the bunker. Just kidding, it's soft enough. Whew. Okay. I don't see many of those perfects. I don't think with the meters on I have ever hit it, so just goes to show that going fully based on feel can go quite a long way. Now, if we go full on the finesse, I think this is going to be short and roll back, so maybe if we can hit a knockdown shot. Still think the knockdown's gonna be short, so if we go maybe up to a 56-degree wedge with the knockdown, uphill a few yards, we got a little bit of wind in. I think we can go a little bit long here. Ball slightly below the feet, and just based on the last hole, I'm gonna play this just a little bit more out to the left. Uh-oh. All right, so yellow uphill is maybe just not as strong as I think it is. Okay, well, you know, we're learning. We are learning. I certainly do not have an absolute ton of time in this game. I have a decent amount. By a decent amount, I mean like 20 hours. I don't have much time in this game at all. But we are fully going to bank on our experiences in golf as a whole. So I think if we take the chip shot here and just kind of get it up to this front edge, I think we can probably... Oh, that's okay. Overcooked it just a little bit. I was trying to hit it more into that front bank and let it release, but I keep forgetting that like these chip shots, even with the 60-degree wedge, they really go. Okay. So fairly flat here at the start. Looks like it might break just ever so slightly. I'm gonna put it on that like left edge. And it's quite uphill though, so I'm kind of expecting maybe in the ballpark of like 2 feet of power. The hard part is if the backswing length doesn't look right, it's very, very difficult to do like a true sim feel of like... Yeah, like it's so hard to judge because you want to be like, okay, this backswing feels like it should produce this putt, but if it's like a real short swing and you smack, I mean, that's like me playing golf, but you know, Scotty Scheffler is a minus handicap and I play like double bogey golf, so you know, I'm trying to be him. If I wanted to be me, I'd be playing as my pro, and even then, that's way above my skill. Okay, so we learned from the putt down that this is pretty downhill. And the way that that broke, I would have to assume that we're going to get a decent amount of right to left going back down towards this hole. So let's see how many 3 putts we can get on the front 9. Wow, that breaks a lot. Good pace. Good pace. Way more break than we're seeing, so... Not the greatest of starts out here, Scotty. Not the greatest of starts. You're supposed to be the betting favorite. Going bogey, double bogey to start is certainly less than ideal. Now, kind of caught in between clubs here. We've got a pin in the front at 227, 221 to the front, 243 to the back. 4-iron should roll out quite a bit. It looks like that wind is teetering on the 10 mile an hour since we're getting a little bit of white flicker. So it may be that we can send this 4-iron in and hope that it sits it down. A little bit of an underswing. Man, is that thing pulling left. Underswing into the wind just gets it caught up enough. We're gonna have to try and get this blast shot up and out. It's pretty uphill, so I think we're gonna have to go a few yards past. Maybe something here like 3, and then just get it to stop. That'll play. That'll play. We can make a putt from here and salvage, get our first par on the card. You know, that would be something. Okay, so it says we've got it level here. We take the camera around. Maybe we need to be taking the camera around to some more angles. I'm getting the feeling that we need to go just on this right edge. See, it's so firm. It's so firm, but we get a par. Yeah, just gonna have to... and I feel like... Now, the problem is I don't have enough experience with the game overall, so you guys will have to let me know. I feel like the way that is playing right now with the putt pullback is definitely different than how it was. Alright, let's just get this drive started at the right side of the fairway and nice little draw back with the wind. Come on, find the fairway. No, get down. We'll take first cut. We'll take first cut. 289 to the hole, though. I don't think it really matters what we had. Because this 4-wood into the wind, I can't imagine. I'm afraid actually of the tree, if I'm being completely honest. Woo! Look at that! Look at that line! Look at that line. That is the softest sitting 4-wood of my career. That thing just right on down. Okay, so we've got a shot a little bit uphill into wind. I can't imagine, though, I can't imagine that the wind is going to do that much on a 30-yard pitch shot. Now, we know it is uphill, and it continues to be uphill. So I think we can probably throw this pitch shot a little bit short and let it just roll up the hill. That's not too bad. Give ourselves an 8-footer. A little bit of a look-see for birdie here. Ball's below the feet, and I feel like everything continues that way. Like, we get this line starting on the inside, and as it goes up the hill, it just bends a little bit more. And then we got to give it some extra power, of course, because we're going up the hill, and then bring it back a little bit because we're overhitting these with the way that the putting just seems to be working today. There's the 2.5%. No! No, it's flatter at the end. Oh, all right. Our putt reads at the moment are not great. They are not. They're not great. They're not even good. They're not even good, but we've got 2 pars. We're steadying the ship a little bit. We just got to find those scores, because if we're trying to break par here, we've got our work cut out for us. For sure. Now this 7-iron, I think with the way that the wind is playing, I think we're going to come up short, and I think it's going to sit down pretty quickly. So I don't know if we go like 7-iron knockdown shot. The drive goes so much further. I still think that comes up short just the way that the wind is. We don't want to go too long because it's 189 to the back. But I don't know. I feel like a 6-iron shot is maybe like this partialed 6-iron is the way to go. It's on a decent line. Oh, come on. We take those. We absolutely take those. Come on. If we can continue to give ourselves some birdie looks, there is the chance that we can eventually convert. Now we've got a level putt at the start. The hard part is in the 2K games, I can very much so use the cup with the pin as a way to determine some of the break. But I don't have that, so in this game we're gonna have to find different ways to take a look. Now if you line that ball up straight, it feels like it's slightly off center, but I think that's just like a trick of the camera. It does seem like it's going fairly straight through the center there. There's a little bit of deception behind the hole. As you can see, it starts to break to the right, so maybe we just move it a click to the left. We've got an uphill putt. We're going to overhit it. It should be nice and firm and hopefully pretty straighted. Birdie finally on the cards. Okay, so bogey, double, par, birdie. We are heading in the right direction. Now, I went out and played golf myself yesterday, and like I said, I am not good. I am very much so a rookie golfer in real life. I played 9 in an executive course. I started my round double bogey, 6 over, double bogey, and then I birdied the par 5. And you know, it's that birdie that keeps you coming back. That one time where you strung together enough good shots makes you forget about the blow up holes string together 3 good shots and give yourself a 1 putt, suddenly you feel like you're really good at the game. It just keeps you coming back. You know, I'm gonna chase that feeling again for a while. All right, Scotty. Trust the wind. Let it take you home. I like it. Beautiful shot, Scotty. Get it inside 10 feet. That's what we love to see. That is what we love to see. Okay. So, ball is below our feet. If we take a look from this, I mean, basically, I think it starts to straighten out, but I think it's still breaking the entire way. It's a fairly flat putt, a little bit of uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill. So we're gonna trust this power here because we know that we're gonna overhit it a little bit. Just gotta try and envision the putt line. So if we know that it's breaking a lot at the start and then continuing to break towards the end, I want to go somewhere like here, and hopefully that is money. No. See, there actually though felt like the putter moved back. So on that particular putt, it felt like there was a little bit more movement on it. And it behaved the way that it should, so definitely feels like something on the buggier side going on here with the game. Okay, so we come to the 7th hole at Oak Hill. Got a big drive in front of us. We're gonna go a little bit more to the left. We want to make sure that we can keep that right-hand side out of play, which it is fading over there. But we started it left enough. Fairways and greens, and then we try and convert some of the putts. You know, we're putting ourselves inside of 10 feet, and you hope that that's enough, but you know, sometimes it's just not quite enough, and that's okay. That is a-okay. Knockdown shot here, I think, is gonna be too much through the wind, but maybe, just maybe, we can like finesse a 7-iron. That's 21 yards past, slightly uphill. Wind is playing pretty strong. Where do we have to work with? 177 in the back. Gotta take a couple yards off of that. I think we can sit the 7-iron up nice and close. A little bit overpowered. That is okay. I mean, just keep putting ourselves. Really, it's a matter of giving yourself the opportunity to make scores. And we have the ball below our feet and up the hill here. Seems like we are on a slope pretty much the entire way. Ball is uphill, maybe something like that. And if we get down low here, I mean, it should be breaking, and then as it continues up, it's still a pretty hard break. So I think I like it somewhere about there. Now, pull this back just a touch because I think we are going to overhit it. Not near as much. Okay, so having a hard time gauging just how much the break is on some of these. We've had a few where it's quite the large amount of break, and a few like that where, you know, we just completely overplay it. But that would be missing on the pro side, as I understand it. So that's a win for us, right? I mean, means we're reading enough break. I mean, we're reading too much break, but look at that, another perfect drive. 323 yards of carry. How far are we rolling out? Dang, Scotty. What a drive, man. 366. Just a little flick into the green here. We got 52 yards. It's 47 to the front edge, so we do have to be careful. I have a hard time with the pitch shot because we know that that needs to roll. Now it looks like we might just be able to long flop it. So I'm gonna try that. I think we can get this long flop and just kind of bounce it up there, roll out a little bit. There you go. There you go. A little bit short. The uphill did a little bit more to it than anticipated. But that's okay. Just gotta knock this guy up the hill. We're breaking right to left. I'm gonna play less break on this. So we've been missing way too high. We play just outside. Birdie number 2. Come on, we're working it back. We're working it back. 9th hole, only 1 over. Very much so in play here to be even through the front. Hey, maybe we hole out. You never know. 306 with this wind, I think, is going to be too much. So I think maybe we power drive the 4-wood. I think that's a very good middle ground here. Still get us up to the dog leg. Don't have to worry about driving it down into the bunker because that is absolutely the last place that we would like to be. Alright, steep uphill, which I think is 20 feet. So if we're teetering here, let's play that about 7 yards. Be 73, and then we've got some wind. So I think if we just play this like 8-iron back a touch, up the hill and over, we can let this just curl on up. Ooh, overhit that. Overhit that, and because it drew, we got the wind. All right, maybe got a little bit eager on that one. We are now into recovery mode. Come on, Scotty, what you got in your arsenal here, sir? Uphill shot out of the rough. I think it's a little bit uphill on the green. I don't know if we can see from like a Texas wedge. So it gets up and then it's downhill a touch on the green. Okay. So we want to make sure that once we get on overhit it, that might be still good touch. Okay. Not a bad recovery. Get it down into 5 feet from there. Just gotta make sure that we can get it up and in. Put it on that left edge. Oh, that's firm. But it's in. It's firm, but it's in. I think the one, like, saving grace is with the overpowered shot. I think you can only go a few percent over, so on a real short putt like that, probably doesn't matter too much. But you still gotta be pretty mindful with it. Now, I think we have to be pretty careful with this downhill. I think we are... let's go down to the 4-wood. We've got a lot of wind. Play it up that left-hand side. Let the wind bring it back right. Another perfect? Man, okay. Apparently, I just need to never play with bunkers. I should never play with bunkers. Gosh darn it. You know, just because you hit the perfect shot doesn't mean you're going to end up precisely where you would like to. That's just the cold, hard truth of it all. Ball's below our feet, but I think we can take this. I think we can take this and end up in a nice spot. Or we can get a flyer. All right. That's 95%. That's not 90%. That is completely not where you want to be. All right, short-sided shot. I think with shots like this, the flop is kind of the way to go. A little bit uphill, just like take a big swing at it and pop it up. I know that it's like less likely to score, but the amount of times with that short-sided bit of green, like it's just, it has never really worked out. It has never really worked out for me. Trying to chip it up or pitch it, like they just roll too much. I need something with spin. And the spinner does exist, but I can't really say that I'm too familiar with the spinner. I've tried it a couple of times. It has not been a very successful shot, to say the least. All right, 3-iron. I'm gonna take a little bit off of it. Ooh, that is curling left. Maybe not as much as I thought. Still a lot, though. Still a lot. I feel like we're striking it fairly well, but I guess not. A little bit uphill here. A little bit below the feet. Ball goes that way. I think just blast it. Well, not blast it. We're gonna pick it right into the hole. Bam. Bam. It would have been too good to just dunk it, right? Would have been asking too much. Okay. We're hanging in there. If under par is the goal at the PGA Championship, nonetheless, we're doing pretty well for our first like simulation round here. Now we have big wins and big drives. That bunker is probably out at about 325. So I do get concerned. I do get concerned about that. Maybe if we power, I think it's fair to say we should power drive the forward and just let the wind bring it back. We want to make sure that we're leaving ourselves short of the bunkers here. Finding fairways is so critical just to being able to give yourself that much better of a chance on the green. So you don't have to worry about bad lie percentages from the rough or the sand. You just get to pick your number and go. Now, this is uphill and with wind at the back. Maybe we can take a knockdown shot with that. I think we're going to be short, though, if we do that. If we go knockdown maybe with the next club up, go on the short side here, I think that could be good. Ball's below the feet and wind is working that way, so I think we want to maybe go somewhere out here and let it fade back over. Ooh. Okay, so it really is that. I mean, they talk about like a knockdown shot with the lower trajectory and everything. You can see it on full display right there. All right, so it says 0.3 degrees above. .2? Wait, so can you see the... Is that just based on the angle, or is that where you're pointed? So that's the straight... Okay, so maybe let's try and use something like that to our advantage. I think it's downhill, maybe like 8 inches or so. So maybe let's go to something like this. 0.3 degrees. You know, hard to really know exactly what that means, so maybe we'll play it like here. Look at that, the putter head actually comes back a little bit for this putt, working like it should. A little bit of a lip in. Back to even par. Come on, Scotty, here we go. Make a run down the back nine. Get yourself under. You know, I know it's a video game, so you think par is not that interesting of a goal, but I think as it stands, par is probably a pretty good baseline, at least until we like maybe get really good at this, and then we try and work that score down. But I think par on simulation difficulty, we have no grids, we have no swing meters, no putting meters, nothing. I think working our way around the course the way that we are, we're doing pretty well, especially considering how we started. 3 over through 2. Back to even here now on 13 with a chance to get a stroke or two on the par 5. I mean, that's honestly fantastic in my opinion. Now this is way uphill, but the way that the wind is, I think we're going to get some decent yardage from the wind. Now it's 223 the front, and I think that's kind of where we want to be going for. So I'm going to take this way out here to the right hand side and kind of try and get this to curl back center green. We're a little bit out to the right. Carried at 226, and it's still going to roll out the back. So, you know, if 223 was the goal and we go out the back at 226, we were probably always asking quite a lot. A steep downhill at the start of this putt. But maybe we can chip it. It's on a downhill lie. But if we go somewhere out here, that would fly it. Get a little bit of run. Maybe play it just a little bit short. Something like here could be good. A little bit under swing, but that's gonna play out to our advantage, because I was apparently absolutely cooking it. So 5% under is going to actually put us into a position here where we can make ourselves a nice little birdie. Oh, we are under par for the first time here today. But the pressure remains. We still have to go through the last few holes here and keep the pace up. So we've got the 14th hole, 312 yards to the flag. Wind at our back. We could absolutely overdrive the green. Could absolutely overdrive the green here. The way the wind is, though, I feel like we're just gonna go into the rough out back. But the pin is in the front right, so this actually begs a very interesting question. With the pin in the front right there, making a shot from the fairway and getting it to that flag location is probably pretty tough. Now, if we go long here, let the wind carry us. If we can go out the back of the green, we have more room to work. Okay, so that was better in theory. It would probably be good to know what the back of the green looks like. So maybe this wasn't ideal. You know, you live and you learn. It's downhill quite a bit. You probably need to get it to somewhere in here and let it release down to the hole. Now, I don't know if a pitch shot is the play, because this long flop Or even high flop. Could be the way to go. I'm thinking long flop. It's uphill. Maybe leave it just short. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to flop it up there. This is where we need Spieth's flop ability, because that ain't it. That ain't it, Scotty. Alright, well, you know, we've made our mistakes. Now we just gotta get ourselves out of this situation, right? We know that everything should kind of feed right to left, especially given the lie that we have here. Right to left, and then the hill. Everything should just move that way. Oh! I think we kissed the rim. I think we just touched it. Oh, that was so close. Just up and in. Get our par. Yeah, I don't know. I kinda fully regret my decision there. That was not the best of things to do, admittedly. So I'll take the blame. I'll own up. I'll own up to it. It was certainly less than ideal. Now we're gonna take this soft little 8-iron down the hill. Ooh, that wind is gonna take it too far left. That is so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. Trying to play it out far enough, but just not going well for us there at all. Now, ball's below the feet. Once we come over, this is a very small landing area, so I think we kind of have to go long. It's a nice little overhead view. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. For not, I mean, you can't really see anything from down there, so have to be okay with that. Absolutely have to be okay with that. 3 par 4s to go. 3 par 4s to go, and I want more than 1 under. I'm getting greedy. I'm feeling greedy. Now downhill, wind at the back. Let's just send it. Flaring just a little bit to the right, but I think that should be okay. Just get a kick to the left. Oh yeah, chase down there. Rolls back to the left-hand side. The tree is out of our way. Oh man, we're gonna have a look here. It took that tree branch just enough out of the picture for us, and that is wonderful news. Now it's a short shot. I still have to expect the wind to do something here, but I think we can float this. The spin should get negated. We should just check this thing down. Overhit it a little bit. It's okay. We're on the green. It's not as aggressive as an approach shot as we would have liked to have had. Now we do get a downhiller. Little bit of left to right break. Yeah, you can definitely see that there's a bunch of left to right going on. This might be the better angle to look at some of these putts. Seems like maybe it gets a little bit steeper in the middle and then starts to smooth its way out. Okay, so taking a look at this, it's 23 feet. I think this kind of power should be decent. Get it on a left to right line. We said it's going to break a little bit more in the middle and then continue just at the end, and it's downhill. So maybe somewhere out here. We're going to pull this back a little bit because we know we're going to overhit this putt since the putter head does not really want to move back for us. 2.2% over, and yep, we still underread it. I didn't quite commit enough to it, but overall, not too shabby. Get ourselves a par. We're almost there. We're almost there. Now, I want more. I always want more. You know, we set the goal at even par, but in the back of my head, you know, I'm trying to shoot like 8 under, 10 under. Why not 18 under, you know? Every hole is another opportunity for a birdie until it's not. I very much so play with the mindset of try and score on as much as you possibly can. Now, is that on everything? Realistically, no. Realistically, no. We sit here and we've got this shot into the wind. And I think we can take this 5-iron. I think there's enough wind. Oh, look at that drawn back towards the pin. There's enough wind that even a 5-iron sits down. Come on. Come on now. 8 feet. We like 8-foot looks. We like 8-foot looks. Just ever so slightly left to right. I'll put this right at the cup here. I mean, this should just bleed into the cup. Should be perfect. Should be absolutely perfect. What did I say? What did I say? 2 under here, Scotty? Come on now. 1 more to go, sir. 1 more to go. Down the hill, little bit of wind. We can just let this fade right back into the fairway. And we're going to draw it. Scotty, that's not exactly your normal shot, is it? We get a nice kick back into the first cut. Scotty trying to switch things up on us here right at the end. Can't say that I fully appreciate it, but you know, I understand. I understand. You got the nerves going. We're uphill, some wind. We had the 5-iron sit on that last one. Ball's below the feet. Wind is out that way. Hopefully we don't draw it again, but you never know. There's the fade. It's going to probably be a little bit too far left. Get a nice little kick out towards the flag. It seems like it's going to be a big downhill putt. It is definitely a big downhill putt. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Yeah, so it seems like if I can read this correctly, which I've been kind of having a hard time doing, it says the ball is above the feet, which doesn't really seem to check out to me. And it almost seems like as we go down towards the hole, it was bending the other way now. Very, very difficult to tell. I have to kind of trust that the 0.3 above, and like that's level, and that's above. But that's all I've really got. If we maybe pitch the camera sideways, that kind of seems like it breaks left to right. Do I get the same feeling from this way? No. So I think what we're going to do here, we're going to reset the shot. We're going to bring it back. We know pace-wise we kind of have to just crest this hill, and then it's going to go the rest of the way. I think right at the start it's going to kind of go straight. I want to say that we're going to get some left to right break and then fairly straight to the cup. A little bit firm. There's that break back. And then it just hangs out. So it ends up being a fairly straight putt down the hill. But we are going to wrap it up at 2 under par. So I would say that is mission accomplished. We start off with a very, very rough set of events there, but 5 birdies through the rest of the round, and we are 2 under par here on our True Sim round. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.